I'm bisexual. Yeah, nobody looks surprised. All right. Yeah, that's what happened when I came out to my friend a couple weeks ago. She's like, I thought you came out last year when you bought the boots. I'm like, you bitch. And I just like pulled out a toothpick and just nervously picked away. I think when it comes down to like everybody knew but me because like I suppressed it because there were so many circumstances I was born into that I have no control over, right? Like I'm a brown female in America from a low income background, first generation immigrant, but I was like, at least I'm not gay though! I'm gay, yeah. Like no middle schooler watches Ellen that much, right? And the thing is, like, I haven't come out to my parents yet, because earlier this year, I came out to them as a comedian. Marked out like a straight doctor, bisexual comedian, too much too soon, right? And the thing is, like, after doing some in-the-field testing, I fucked a woman, right? I figured out that having sex with a guy is a lot like an iPhone, and having sex with a girl is a lot like an Android. Watch me make this work, all right? So like women, like the Android interface is super complicated, but there's like so much more you could do with it. You can hit the A spot, hit the G spot, do like a Mortal Kombat combo, instead of finish him. It's finish her to completion. But like a dick, like an iPhone, like a dick is user friendly, you know what I mean? Anybody can make a dick work. Just fucking. That's it. Did you? It was kind of fast. All right, just. That's crazy. I'm learning so much growing up, you know. I'm also like, I've gotten really into like conspiracy theories lately. How do we feel about those? It's gonna get weird. Okay. So this is gonna be interactive, all right? So what is the least valuable piece of U.S. currency? Okay. Did you say nickel? How fucking rich are you? A penny? I've never seen a penny in my life. I've only heard rumors. Dude, fuck you. All right. It's the penny, right? What color is the penny? It's copper, which is close to? Brown. Because the government wants us to think we're worthless, because what's above that 5 cents? And what color is that? Silver, which is close to? White. 10 cents? White. 15 cents? That's not real. 25 cents? White. What is the most valuable piece of U.S. currency? It's the $100 bill, right? What color is the $100 bill? Green. It's green. Because the people who control the world are lizard people! Open your fucking eyes! Who run the world? Lizards. Oh, so dumb. I'm just gonna fucking switch it, man. Let's fucking, International Women's Day was not too long ago. That was pretty tight, right? Cool, guy not making eye contact. Fucking typical. Oh, we're gonna talk about my period, motherfucker! Oh, it's going down! No, just kidding. No, I hate the moment when you wake up in the morning and you like feel this wet spot, like wet spot down there, but like you don't want to check, because when you check it becomes real. It's like Schrodinger's pussy, right? Like the period is both there and not there if I'm in denial. And I have figured out the equivalent for a guy is a wet dream. But I feel like the difference is you're like, nice. Like I came without touching my dick. Your dick's like, press snooze, we can go again. And the thing is, like, as we know, blood leaves a stain on your underwear and semen does not. And that's called male privilege or some bullshit. Alright, let's stay woke, fam, alright? I feel like a lot of you are probably thinking I'm from India, which is not the case. I'm actually from Sri Lanka. Alright, okay. You're like, that's not a real place. She totally just made that up. It's okay, I went to public school too. We did not have a chance. To give you some knowledge, I was Sri Lanka. It's this little island located off the tip of India, right? Like a little jizz state. And I was talking to this woman about, this white woman, wasn't my first problem. So this white woman about Sri Lanka's near India, and she's like, oh, so it's like the same thing. I was like, well, no, it's like a separate country. And she's like, yeah, but it's not like a real country. I'm like, okay, Deborah, let's go. Let's go. And I'm like, you're from Canada, right? She's like, no, I'm from America. Oh, so it's like the same thing, right? She's like, how can you be so close-minded? Just because our countries are near each other doesn't mean our cultures are the same. Oh. And then I made her buy me a sandwich because reparations are important. I always get a BLT, fucking bitches love testing me. Tastes like white guilt and Crocs, it's delicious. As Dom mentioned earlier, yeah, my name is Sureni, and a lot of people ask me what that means. And I'm like, all right, so you know oranges, and you know pulp. That's it, it's just pulp, I swear to God. And I'm asking my mom, I'm like, why would you name me Pulp? And she's like, well, it sounded pretty. And I'm like, well, kombucha sounds pretty. But I'm not gonna name my kid that, right? Because I care. Guess what my older brother Uthana's name means? Morning sunrise. What the fuck happened there? That sounds like a tequila sunrise with pulp. It's fucked up. I just feel like my mom was pregnant with me and she was talking to my dad, and my dad's like, you know, I'm so sorry, I picked up the orange juice with pulp. And she's like, that's the perfect name for our kid, Pulp, because we didn't want it, but we got it, right? I don't like how hard you laughed at that, you bitch. I want to talk about some racism. Hot topic. I was at downtown Berkeley BART, you know, just waiting for my BART, sitting on some solidified piss, as one does, right? That's what the benches are made out of. They don't fucking tell you that. At least it's recycled. And I was on the phone with my mom, just talking in my native tongue, right? And this white woman comes up to me, and she's just pissed. And she's like, stop talking in that Vishnu language. And in my head, I'm like, damn. What an obscure reference! Like, what a cultured bigot! Because she could have been like, stop talking in that raghead language, right? Like a classic, we know it, don't nod your head at that, but you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But she's like, no, throw out that deep track reference of fucking B-sides racism. Like, if raghead is Kanye West Gold Digger, then Vishnu is Kanye West Violent Crimes. And if you don't know who Kanye West is, or who Vishnu is, you're probably white. And I was telling her, I was like, okay, look, Miss Daisy, you can't be using this dismissive, derogatory language. High five for the reference, but you can't be doing this, right? This is the part that I just cannot make up. 10 feet away from us, there's this other white woman. She sees this whole thing go down, and she's just appalled. Like, you could tell she was a white liberal. And as I'm telling this woman, you can't be using this dismissive, derogatory language, that white liberal is just like, yeah! Like a fucking hype person! Yeah, like she sounded like Lil Jon in Usher's 2004 hit, yeah? You know the one where it's like, bum bum, yeah, bum bum, okay, bum bum, liberal John! I was like, I'll get to you later, alright? And the racist comes up to me and she's like, whatever, I'm sorry. Fucking cool, like what? Are you gonna really apologize / not do this again in the future? And I think she was a little bit drunk, and she's just like, and then sits back down. I was like, you know what? I tried. I did my job as a minority. Like, I felt like I was doing a calculus test. Like, I don't know if I passed, but I turned it in, right? I get onto my BART, liberal John comes up to me, and she's like, hi, just to clarify, like that white woman said Vishnu language, right? I was like, thanks for letting me relive the trauma, but yeah, that's what she said, and she's like, isn't she retarded? Bitch, what the fuck? We were just having an argument about words, and you don't even know me, and you're throwing out the hard R like that? And that's when I realized, oh, you're fake woke, right? You're that liberal that does just enough to make themselves feel like they did something, and they're like really into hashtags, you know? Like, I wouldn't have been surprised if she was like, yeah, and then whips her phone out. I am out here fighting this racism. Hashtag do your part. She's like, isn't she retarded? And I was like,